Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for joining us. This paper that I got here is from Office Innovations, and this is the one that I was telling you about that all you can see on the website is like that part, and it is the exact same thing as the Staples brand. Exact same thing, and it was $16.97. That and it's from Office Innovations. Let me cover up my address and stuff there, but that's the name that was on it on the website on Walmart.com. Now, and they have the picture of the Staples brand like this, and then this one that's like that's all you saw, and I was like, it's the exact same packaging. Sure enough, it is the same thing. So if you're wondering, Miss Betty, that it was the exact same paper. So I just wanted to share that because that's really good paper. I love to use it for printing my my actual journal pages. And it's got like a real smooth finish on it. So, and my little flowers, my little daisies, they did stay glued to my pockets. I just had to let them alone, let them dry overnight. So those turned out really pretty. I'm gonna eat this. I sat down, I was thinking about, I didn't know what I wanted to do. If I wanted to try to get my cover together, or if I wanted to try to finish doing my ephemera. I think I'm going to try to work on my ephemera. And I was forgetting last night that I had that other side tuck. So I do have even amounts of pockets and side tucks and tuck spots. So we're good on that. Because I forgot that I had that one in there already. So let me just put this over here for a minute. I'm afraid if I leave it on that side, I'm going to wind up knocking it in the floor. I just blew my nose and my ears have not popped back yet, and I feel like I'm talking really loud. I may not be talking loud at all. I may be talking quieter than I normally do. So we're just going to try to get some of this ephemera done. I got my page sewing kit out anyway, so we may get to that point. I may just try to get some of the rest of this ephemera done. I may wait on my pockets and do them after I get off camera, because that's basically just folding them and inking them. That's about all that is. And it is, you know, to be honest, a little boring to be on the video. Trim this extra white off of these right here. Whoops, well, I said I was, and I cut it plumb crooked. You know better than to cut stuff with scissors, woman. You know you can't cut straight. Okay. See? I can't cut nothing straight. I'm trying to yawn and everything, get my ears to pop back. Alrighty, so I'm going to take, I think these will fill that in. No, it won't, will it? I don't know why she does that for. She puts that big hole there, because, I mean, that is a gigantic hole to try to fill in. But I'm just going to put these on there. Try my best to center them up, and I'll be fine with that. I'm going to have to be, because I don't have anything else that'll go on it. here's my regular hole punch thingies. Are they the same size as that hole? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Maybe. Nope, it's the same thing. It's the same size. Whoopsie. I got it on there, then I moved it. Okay, we'll let that one rest. See? But yeah, those holes are kind of ginormous for a tag. And this is just regular old hole punches, protecty things. And you know what I was thinking on some of these, and I haven't done it in a while, is stamped numbers just on the edge of book pages and that. I haven't done that in a long time. But, I mean, you know, when you're shooting a video, you're trying to be entertaining. You're trying to do a lot. So, you know, you're not like taking forever to do something. And, you know, try to get something done in a timely manner. But then you sit and you like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that, you know, type stuff. And most of it is, you know, that would have looked good with, you know, the stamped numbers on them and stuff like that. Like the, to take and put the yellow and green stamp numbers on them. I think some of my stuff would look good with that on it, but that's okay. And then where these have these little insets here, I'm going to try to see if I can't just use the hole punch to get them off of there the best that we can. I don't think that's going to work. It ain't. Why would it, you know, just trying to make something easier on myself, and I just didn't do it. And for some reason, the other one, it kept picking up all of these lines in it, and it would not, where it's white here. So if it doesn't have a clear border sometimes, you know, even on the colored setting on my brother's Scan and Cut, it will not fix it to where you can cut something out. I don't know, and it'll be the exact same thing right beside of it, and it cuts it. I don't understand it. And then also too, if you have it works best if it's in a dark room, a dark area, and I have a lamp that shines so I can see in my room. So, and it was shining through on the back side of it, and so then I just started standing in front of the lamp when I was scanning stuff, and that kind of worked. But I was like, you know, that thing's a little finicky. Okie doke. I think that's all the cutting I had to do on that, I hope. Alrighty. I'm over here looking for my glue, or not my glue, my this stuff. My ink. I'm over here hunting for that. And it's up here in front of my face. And around my corners on these. And on these, I think it'll be okay to leave that that white, but on some of the tags where it has color right up to it, It's a little aggravating to have that big old hole area there. I've noticed a lot of people do the bigger, that big old hole on some of their tags and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, there's no way I have an eyelet or that I know of that will fit that. It's journal card bits. And I'm done putting my stuff up for this. It's right on the top, so we can just pull it out. No big thing. I would like to eventually move my desk down, and all of the boxes that's on the shelf behind me, I would like to move that over and then take and get me a shelf that just has the drawers in it, like a 20, like 10 on each side, and set behind me to put, you know, just all my yarns and stuff like that in. Just, you know, boom, right behind me. All the yellow, all the green, you know, is in these sections here. That's what I'd like to eventually do someday. It won't be no time soon. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do eventually. I'm just going to do a loopy loop on these, and because I think I changed my mind about 4 or 5 times about putting toppers on them. I don't really have a whole bunch of tags, but and seeing I can't even get in there to that to poke a hole in it. Let's see, can we do it with this one? I think so. Yeah. Probably should have cut that a little bit longer, because that's a big old top on that to try to loop that around. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Okay, so now what am I going to do with it? Let's tie a tag and just glue it to it. Tie a bow and just glue it on there. I don't know. I don't like the way that's looking. Now, how am I going to get it on there? Shoot. You see my dilemma here? I don't like, I don't know. I don't like that at all. I guess I'm just going to glue it on there. I guess that's what I'll have to do. Because I thought maybe I could take that one little piece and loop it back through here. I don't think that's going to work either. Spider web. Now all I'm going to do is glue it to my desk. Y'all have them days where you're just like, no matter what you do, it just ain't working. Well, I'm having that day today. No matter what I do, it seems like it's just not going to work today. Alright, we're going to lay that over here and let it dry. Now, this one, I really don't like that that's got a hole in it right there. Like that. I mean, that's a bit of a ways there. Now, that is the only negative thing that I have found about her Ginger Journal kit here is these holes in these bigger tags. Alright, let's do this again. Now I got Fabri-Tac on my fingers. Alright. Now, come on now. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, you're just taking like forever to make 2 tags. Come on, woman. Okay. And even just tying the bow off to the side by itself, I still can't tie it straight. I still can't do it straight. You see what I'm saying? Just saved it in little pieces. I've got a bunch of stuff over here saved up to make me a cover out of scrap fabrics. Okay. So we got them 2. I got all Fabri-Tac'd up anyways tonight. I was trying to avoid that. I think that's going to work. This one just keeps wanting to turn the opposite way, though. That piece there just wants to keep turning the other way. Hang straight, buddy. Okay. Well, them's done. Move it along, woman. Move it along. Alright, so then we got taggy topper bits for the other pieces here. We'll just use them. On these here. Need to do a little trim work here, I think. Yep. Oh, man. Not getting it up real tight onto the flower just because I don't want it to, I don't want any of the petals to be darkened up. I just want the trim around the outside of it. That's the only reason why I didn't really want to cut right on top of these. But it needs to be trimmed a little bit so it doesn't hang off the edge. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yep, I like that. Okie doke. I hope everybody's doing good and hanging in there. I hope all your families are doing well. Everybody's making it through the week. I think that this is going to be Thursday's video. And then in yesterday's video, all of my happenings that I was talking about, Visitation Day and this night, was happening on Monday. This Tuesday I didn't shoot a video. Or, well, I didn't post one or whatever. But all of my visitations and fussy cuts and stuff like that I've done Monday. I wasn't feeling very, actually I was having a little more raspy hoarseness. And then I was like, well, I think I'm just going to let my voice rest a minute. Because I've been talking to people all day long, you know. I was like... And then, let's see. Today I worked yesterday. So... I'm a little tired this evening. Other than that, I'm doing good. Not as bad hurting this evening as I was when I woke up this morning. I was hurting pretty bad this morning. But so hopefully I'm on the mend. I hope. Goodness, I'm just sick of being sick, you know. Which I know everybody around me is sick of me being sick too. I hadn't really been moody. I just, you know, I hadn't felt good. I don't feel like going nowhere and doing nothing. I just want to come home and be quiet, you know. Well, sometimes, you know, when you're sick and you're hurting, and I mean, it is a real, true hurt pain. You're just like, not the most pleasant person to be around, you know what I'm saying? But I really think, well, it's really cut way too long. Let's just split you in half and use it. But yeah, I don't think I've been too super mean to people. But, you know, I know I'm not pleasant either, you know what I'm saying? I'm not my normal bubbly, hey, how you doing? What you doing? You know, mess talking self, you know what I'm saying? Because usually I talk a bunch of junk when I'm at work. I'll talk junk to any and everybody that comes in there. You know, just messing with them just because that's just, you know, smack talking, you know what I mean? But it's been, hey, how you doing? What can I get for you? Thank you, have a good day. You know, that type of stuff. Just real short and sweet kind of. There was one fella this evening. I don't know if he said something. I didn't hear him say it. And then, like, he gave me 2 or 3 slips to run through the lottery machine, like, right at close, you know. And I come back, and I was like, that'd be $1. He gave me his money, and I was like, thank you, have a good night. And he goes, oh, must be a rough night, huh? I was like, how is me saying thank you and have a good night, you know, being a rough night? What are you talking about? He's like, I just said you sound like you had a rough night. And I was like, I'm sick other than that. I was like, you know, but, I mean, I literally said, thank you, have a good night. You know. So I don't know if he said something and I didn't hear what he said or what, but he was super, super mean. I was like, I don't know how me saying thank you to you and telling you to have a good night was, you know, kind of like construed as, he was insinuating that I was being mean, I guess. I don't know. To me, that's the way I took it. And I was like, what are you talking about? How's me saying, you know, thank you, have a good night, you know, being, you know, construed as I've had a long night? I don't understand. So then I watched the videotape. He did say something, and I couldn't hear what he said on the tape, so I don't know if he was being a smart aleck or what, but he did say something when I walked over to put his slips in the lottery machine. I don't know what he said. I couldn't hear what he said, even on the video, because, you know, I'm over there running the lottery machine, and it makes all kinds of racket when it prints out the tickets. And it's behind a wall of lottery tickets, so when I come back, I'm like, here, it'll be $1, here you go, thank you, have a good night. And he's like, oh, must be having a bad night, huh? And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? I mean, I literally said that. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? I was like, how is me saying thank you, have a good night, you know, me not having a good night? I don't understand. So I'm trying to, I'm going to see if Amit, my boss, can pull it up and see if he can understand what he said. Because I don't know what he said when I walked over to print his tickets. He said something, but I couldn't hear it. So, I don't know. And people will do that. You know, they'll say stuff to you as you walk off over, you know, like we have a long countertop. It has 2 registers and stuff. And it has, like 68 boxes of lottery tickets in between the 2 registers and the lottery machine and that. And, you know, when you're over there at the lottery machine, you can't hear what they're saying, you know, 4 or 5 foot away from you. And, because it's running tickets going, you know, all that racket. And, so people will do that a lot. They'll be like, you know, think you heard them. And I'm like, I didn't hear what you said. Or, you know, you put their stuff down, tell them their total. I'm like, well, where's this at? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say that. Well, I said it when you was over doing this. And okay, once again, I said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say that. But now that you told me plainly to my face, I will get it for you. You know, and I don't know. All I know is everyone should be made to work with the public at least 6 months out of their life. And people would stop being so idiot and rude and self-absorbed. I mean, really. You walk up to a counter, you're on the phone, you have your kids, they're running around like crazy. You throw money down, turn around and walk off, and I'm like, thanks for the tip, buddy. You know, and just jokingly. What do you mean tip? I said gas. No part of me standing here while you were talking on your phone, chasing your 2 kids around as you threw $20 down on the counter and walked off, chasing your other kid into the bathroom that's playing in the toilet, mind you. You know, did I hear any part of you said that you needed gas with this? I'm sorry, but, you know, I don't know. So then The lady goes, well, you saw me walk in the door from the gas pump. No, ma'am, I just saw you walk in the door with your kids. I didn't see where you came from. You know, I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm not a mind reader. And I said that, and I don't care. I sure did say that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a mind reader. You have to verbalize what you want from me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that and talk about that on the videos, but I mean, it is the truth. People are just special. I mean, they truly are special. Or my favorite is they'll get up to the counter and, you know, and they'll stand there and won't know how to use their card for one. And they'll be like, well, it says I'm waiting on you. No, my side says it's waiting for you to put your pin in. Yeah, and they're not even looking at the card thing. They're looking at the back of the cash register. It says, welcome to the store. I'm just like, okay, buddy. It's like, so were you? And I was like, really? Let me see. Maybe, you know, because sometimes the card reader does go out. So you know, and I literally, you know, hang my head around the edge of the register, and I'm looking, and I'm like, where does it say you're waiting on the cashier at on the pay pad? He's like, right here, and this is, you know, like the back of the register, the pay pad's, you know, like over here facing up at them. He's like, right here. I was like, that says welcome, you know, to the name of my store. Oh, well, I thought that was the pay screen. Well, why'd you think that when you got your card in this little box over here, buddy? I don't know. It is comical some nights, and some nights you're just like, really? About one more person? But, I don't know. You gotta have a thick skin. And it's just funny. It really is comical every night. With people that come in, you know, don't know what they want, or they'll stand there in line or something, you know, because we've got somebody that's wanting, you know, like 4,100 lottery tickets. Like, there's literally one guy comes in, cashes in $400 or $500 of lottery tickets, and he'll spend that right back every time he's in there. And it's always right at shift change for the nursing home staff that's up the road from our store, and the nursing home staff, and that some kind of steel company or whatever that makes like big old band saws and stuff. So their shift change is around like 6 or 6:30. So, you know, it's steady busy from like 5:30 to 7 o'clock. And he'll come in there, you know, and then, I mean, like, the whole parking lot, the whole store is just loaded up. And he will not say, you know, I'm going to be here for a minute, y'all go ahead. Nope, he will not do it. He'll stand there and scratch his lottery tickets and hand them to you one at a time, and walk over and look at the screen so he can see what's on it, to make sure that, you know, it is what he thought it was. And I told him the one day, I was like, honey, I'm about to be really, really busy here for about 30 minutes. If you'll stand over here and scratch all of your lottery tickets at one time, and then hand them all to me at one time, in about 30 minutes, we can stand here and just scan them all at once. And you can stand there and just watch it pop up on the screen how much it was. And I'll scan them all together. No, I want them paid out single, one at a time. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And you can't wait on anybody else for a good 30 minutes while he's doing that, because he wants each ticket scanned, rang up, paid to him. Scan the other one, rang up, paid to him. And he'll stand there and scratch them one at a time and hand them to you and want you to pay them out. And I'm just like, okay, buddy, no problem. But when one of these other customers in here is running their mouth to you about you need to just wait and get out of the way, I asked you to wait 30 minutes. That's all I asked you to wait. Well, ain't nobody in here. I was like, okay. And as soon as he says that, there's a whole store full of people. Every gas pump's full. I got people waiting in line behind the people on the gas pumps. You know, yeah. And it's and our line from our counter back to our cooler door is, I don't know, probably like 50 foot, and it's packed from the counter back to the cooler door with people waiting. And he goes, well, I guess I should have listened to you. And starts laughing, and I'm like, you did that on purpose. You really did do that on purpose. You had to have. And then, you know, and he buys the same tickets, but he wants to know the number of every ticket, 68 of them now, before he'll start telling you what he wants. And then he wants to buy them one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. And I'm like, come on. Just come on. I think them's going to be cute too. And my favorite ones are the neighborhood customers that walk to the store. They walk to the store. There's two fellas. They'll walk to the store, and they are in there at least every hour or every hour and a half, all day long, from the time the store's open till it gets dark, which is about, you know, 8:30 at night. And no matter what they get, argue and fuss about the price. Want to fuss about the price. Want to fuss about the price. And I'm like, well, you know, I have no control over the price of this stuff. You know, everything's going up. I'm sorry. And it's like, you know, the owner will be here, such and such. You know, you can take it up with him. If you want it, you know, I can ring you up. If not, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Because no matter how much you argue with me, I can't change the pricing on it unless the owner or the supply company tells me so. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I'm fussing at you and I'm telling you so you can take it up with him. Well, you take it up with him. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Well, you're the cashier. Can't you do nothing about it? Nope. Like you just said, I'm the cashier. I don't own the place. I don't provide the goods. I just ring them up. Take your money for them. Well, ain't you the manager? Yes, I am. Once again, I order it, I ring it up, and I put it at the price that they tell me it's supposed to be at. Whenever we get charged for it, they suggest that we sell it at this price. So, people don't have a comprehension of that. You know, retail suggested sale or whatever it is. They don't have a comprehension of that. They think if they stand there and complain long enough that you'll get tired of hearing it and change the price for them. No, buddy. You gonna pay for what it rang up, or you're not gonna get it. And if you don't want it, then let me know real quick, like, so I can charge somebody else for it. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really don't. So we got us a couple of good little workers. It's a older lady, about, I guess she's around my age, I don't know. And then the fella that works, he's older. He's in his he's well in his 60s. And he works and loves to work, and I don't have no plans on retiring anytime soon, he says. So we got us a good crew. Everybody's doing good. Everybody's, you know, holding their own, stocking and cleaning and trash working, and, you know, finally, after months and months of trying to find people that want to work and will show up to work. Finally got that together. That's been a real headache in itself. Just trying to find people that want to work, you know, on a day-to-day basis, not just, you know, work 1 week, get a check, and be like, you know, you don't never see them again. That right now, that's what's going on in our areas. Like, you know, you'll hire somebody, they'll come in, and then the first thing they want to know is when they're gonna get paid for the day that they just worked. Well, they hold you back a week. You'll get paid, you know, in 2 weeks. And then after that, you'll get paid every Friday. You know, because that's the way it works anywhere that you go that I know of. And then, you know, everybody's like, oh, well, you know, you don't have Instapay here? No. Where do they do that at? Oh, well, McDonald's does that. Okay, well, then maybe you need to go there. And a lot of people will do that. They'll, if you don't offer Instapay, which Instapay is you work that day, and you get that day's pay when you clock out within like 15 minutes. And that is the worst thing that you could ever do for food service or anything like that, because those people will come in and work that day. They'll get them a little bit of, you know, gas money to run here and there to the other place. And, you know, get them a little bit of money to run the roads with. And they won't be back until they need some more money to run the roads with. I mean, it literally is the worst thing they could have done. Was started that Instapay mess. I need to trim that. So I guess we're going to listen to me yit yak and get these pockets took care of today. I don't think I'm going to put anything on them. I may wind up having to make a few more pieces of ephemera. I think I got enough with the journal cards and tags and such. I think we've got enough to go in here. I hope so anyway. But yeah, I don't really think I need this stuff here anymore at the moment. Alright, so that's going that way. So I need to cut this flap off. So this will need to go in the back opposite of that. That's what I've been doing. And I know I could make it easier on myself and score these, but I have such a fit sometimes with my scoreboard, jumping the scores. I don't know why. So it is a little bit easier to just take and just do it myself. You know, just fold it over. And pretty much all of these I've made like where it would be a gusseted tuck. So you see what I'm saying? So yep. And we're almost done with them. I am feeling quite better today with like the pain situation this evening. Now this morning when I got up, nope, was not feeling nowhere near better. I was actually thinking about taking it on back to the hospital this morning when I got up, because I was hurting real bad. But as the day went on, you know, it eased up a whole lot. I have coughed a whole lot more today, and sound a whole lot more raspier than what I am. You know, I sound worse than what I'm sick. Does that make sense? And I think it's just due to to the raspy, where you coughing and stuff. Because I was like, I don't feel as bad as I sound. This evening anyways. This morning, yeah, I felt awful. I was like, oh no. I really was thinking about 12 o'clock, just calling my boss and being like, hey, you need to figure out something today, buddy, because I can't do it. I'm hurting. It literally felt like someone was just poking me in the rib cage. I think I'm going to take and put a pull on that where it messed up fussy cutting it, just because I don't want to have that little jutted out piece there. And then I'm just going to put just a little bitty one right here on this one. I can't remember if I did that on the other journal or not, but we're going to do it on this one. And then we got the envelopes, and I'm just going to make them envelopes. Have them as envelopes to go in the front and back pockets. I'm going to fold us up some coffee dye or tea dye paper, either one. Putting them for extra journaling. I think this just turned out just plumb pretty. Alright, so that's the pockets. I think one of these I did print on the back of it. I think the other one I didn't. I forgot. But that's okay. I think I'm going to trim them just a smidget. It's not folding up quite right. And I think I may need to trim that too. Just take and put a little bit more of an angle on this here. Come on. There we go. So then when that folds, it won't impede on that. See, this is folding up a little too tight for me. That's working a little better. We just need to trim the sides there a little bit on that one. Trim them down just a smidget so it don't hang over. And I'm just going to put the whole envelope in here. Put the top piece right at the edge of the cutter. Not where it's going to get cut though. And that'll trim that bit off of there. Whoopsie. We don't want you over that far, buddy. There we go. See how I've done that? Let me try to do it again. So I'll take the edge of the envelope that's folded at the top, put it right at the edge of the cutter here, and then cut the top piece. Yep, and that meets up pretty. That meets up good there. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Probably have to do it again on the other one too. But see, I mean, it's just you know, just a little bit, just a little bit. It was sticking out just enough to irritate me. All right, then we'll ink around that. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. And I think I might put Velcro strips on these to hold them closed. think I will. Yep, I like that. Where's my Velcro strips? I gotta get up. Here's one set. And now, I had a whole bunch of them. What did I do with them? I done hid them for myself. That's what I've done, y'all. I don't know where I put them at. That's square ones. That's all pop dots. Well, shucks. And I know I got a bunch of them because, you know, when Dollar Tree had them, I just went and bought them all. I'm not even going to try to lie about that. Yeah, when Dollar Tree had them, I just went and bought all they had. Now, where did I hide them from myself at? Some watercolor stuff. Daggone it. Ain't that something? Well, I can find all the double-sided tape you ever want, but I can't find Velcro strips. Apparently that's the only little round ones I got. I got some square ones here. I cut a little square and put it on there. Then I've got this here, the latching hook. I got that. Well, daggone. I thought I had some more of them little round ones. I guess I don't. Well, alrighty then. Should I tell you what? Even though this stuff come from the Dollar Tree, it sure is sticky. I mean, sticky, sticky. Okay, so there's that one. Let's get the gluing on this. And edge of the flaps and down the side. Like that. And I'm going to smooth the glue out. And do the other side the same way. And use the bestest tool I got in the house for crafting, the old finger tool. And there we go. And see how the reason why I did that, so you wouldn't have any extra glue pop over in here and accidentally glue your envelope closed. So then it'll pop open like that for you. Let me get me a coffee dye. I'm gonna get 2 sheets of coffee dye paper out to put in that. Just gonna fold it up and put it in there. And again, that coffee dye kit that I love so much is Digital Fit on Etsy. There's 15 pages of coffee dye that you can print. And I just run it through and print it front and back. And I like it because it, you know, because I work all the time. I don't have time to make my own coffee dyes that much. Now, I'll try my hand at coffee dye doilies and such like that, you know. I should have folded that a little different, shouldn't I? That ain't gonna fit in there, knucklehead. Here, let's kind of fold it in half this away. And then see if we can get it to go in there. I could have, you know, tried to do a fancy fold on it, but, you know. And then there's that. And then let's put a little stamp on it. Make it look official. I got some butterflies and stuff here. Ooh, that's pretty. Wouldn't that be pretty on there? Let's do that. If I can peel it off here. These came from good old Temu. There we go. Put that on there. That's cute. Let's see, where's our little get the Jesus tray over here for my stamp stuff. That is made with love. And then we got what's that say on it? Oh, that's the Paris postmark. Let's put it from Paris. Good old Paris. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's cute. And I got the little squiggly line thingy bob here too. Let's put that on it. Make it look official. There we go. Heck yeah. That's why I like having these little ones here, because then I got one that says, what is that? Vintage approval. Something about approval. Then there's some kind of airmail. What does that say on it? I can't even read it. Something about mail. Then there's an airmail one. I just switch them out, just depending on, you know, what kit or what have you. And I keep my little black soot over here on the little tray. And that's a little shiny, so we're going to let it dry because it's not Versify, or whatever it is. All right, so now I am just going to try my best to cut a little square here of the Velcro for this one, and not cut my fingers. Okay, there we go. We got us a square Velcro. And I am going to have to go hunt me some Velcro dots. Now I got to have them. I got to have me some Velcro dots. And I like how this one here, so you know, if the sides don't meet up, like that one had white sides, this one's got the floral sides on it. And see, and I didn't, my dummy self didn't print on the inside of it, so. But that's okay. It's quite all right. And then where it's all the same color, trying to give me a fit about where it wants to fold it, or where it needs to fold it, actually. We're going to miter these folds again. May have to miter them on the front side too, or on the top side, I'm saying. Okay. Alrighty. Let's miter it at the top a little bit better too. Just come down and go at an angle. Do the same on this side. Just come down and go at an angle. Yep, so then that way when you fold your envelope up, it's not sticking up above it. This is 110-pound cardstock, and I just realized that. Because I was like, this is not folding good at all. That's because it's 110-pound cardstock. That's why it's not folding up good, knucklehead. Just snip that bit right there. Alrighty. And we don't need to trim those. They match up well. It's pretty. Alright, we'll just ink that up, glue the things on it, and put the Velcro strip on it. And, let's see how long I've been on here aggravating y'all. Ooh, over an hour. Hush up. But we got all of our ephemera done. So tomorrow, we'll get the covers done. I'm going to do yellow on the inside again, because I think that'll be pretty. And then have that blue on the outside. Yep. So we'll get the cover done tomorrow and sew the signature in and hopefully start decorating it. I may just I may do that. Start decorating it some. what is tomorrow going to be? This is Thursday's video, so Friday will be sewing the cover, putting the cover together and sewing the signature in and start decorating. I got to work Saturday where I was out Monday, switch days so I could have a little bit more rest on the antibiotics and that. Trying to get them in me, or I could get to feeling better. So then I gotta give up my Saturday, so I gotta go work Saturday. What is that looking like? I didn't ink it, probably because I didn't ink this. I inked all the inside and not the outside. Okay. Get this backing off of this stuff. That is the hardest part with this here, is get that backing off of it. I mean, it is on there. And what I do is I just take and put it on the top piece. And just close it up. Wow, that don't want to come apart, does it? Goodness. Okay. And of course I left the top off of it. Who was it I was watching the other day that said that the good old finger tool? I think it was Pam at the Paper Outpost. She said that, and I started laughing. I was like, "Yep, I say the same thing. I'm gonna use the best tool I got, my finger, because that's the truth, you know." Okay, just put a little squeeze at the top of that. So you got a little room there. I really wasn't planning on getting all this done, but shoot, we got it done today. I thought for sure I'd have to, I still may have to make some more ephemera, because I think I got more tuck spots than I do ephemera, but hopefully I'm good. And then pop that open here. Yep. I don't even know why I glued down in there for, or ink down in that. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so now let's see if we can't fold this a wee bit better. Let's fold it in half here first. Let's do it like this. And then we'll fold it in thirds this way. Maybe that'll fit in there. Probably not. It's probably going to be too big. It is, you big dummy. No, it works. It fits. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we're going to put us a pretty stamp on it. I like this one right here with the butterfly and the blue on it. Oh, I tore it. Big dummy. I got it. I think it was tore several times in it. It's been put through the ringer trying to get it on this envelope. But it's on there. I think that's pretty. And let's do our little fake mail stampy bits. Make sure I put it on where it's right side up. I'm going to put it off to the side here. Yep. Put a little squiggle line at the top of it. There we go. Just stamp off that. Alright, there's our faux postage stamp. Those are cute. So we did 2 envelopes. I've got the Velcro and all that stuff on them. Those are cute with the thingies. Got all these cut and inked. 1, 2, 3, 4 journal cards there. I did this. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. And we did 2 of the tags. And we got all of our pockets situated, front and back. I am ready to go. We're ready to put this journal together, y'all. I'm going to put all of our ephemera in the box here. And there is a few tags in the box that we need to put some topper bits on. I'm just going to put that here. And tomorrow we'll get into making the covers. Well, actually, no, I forgot. You know, I took 25 minutes making them 2 tags because I was frustrated about the holes. But they did turn out cute. So, yeah. So we'll make our journal cover tomorrow. So our signatures in. And then shouldn't be too much more. Might be finished with it tomorrow night if I'm feeling good and working fast, you know. But I'm going to get off here for today because I've kept y'all over an hour. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.